Yo boys, we back with another video. Today we're actually going to be doing a sub-rogue guide, and I'm doing it just mainly because everyone asked me my rotation and all that good stuff, so I might as well get it out of the way now. Pretty much, it's a simple build, and we'll get to the rotation after I get through the stats and the talents and all that good stuff. So I'm just gonna go through this real quick, very simple. Thankfully, you can import this build right here and it'll be in the description, so just copy it so you don't have to worry about like me, going over the talents. I think everyone doesn't really care about the talents, they just want to have the build and they want to know what's goody. So we're going to go straight to the PvP talents in this situation. So in this situation, usually I would either run disarm from melee, so like for warriors, for, DHs maybe, anything that you can really disarm that's actually efficient, like rogues and all that good stuff. Now, if you can't disarm anything like a warlock or something, I usually just run maneuverability since you can't run tricks without the actual talent, which is kind of dumb, but it is what it is. So usually I'm running disarm, and then I'm running maneuverability if I can't disarm anything. These two I'm always keeping every game. This is 100% these two just stay the same. That's pretty much all there is on the talents. Obviously, the talents will be, the build will be in the description, so just copy it. All you have to do is basically go to the import, and then you're going to paste the build, and then pretty much just name the build. And that's basically all you're doing to get the build. It'll auto put everything for you. But now we're going to go with the stat line of gear. Now, as you can see, I'm kind of in the middle of verse, mastery, and crit. So I would usually go for as much mastery as you can. I obviously have gone, I mean, I'm not even running the enchants that many. I'm running like very few, especially since they were so expensive and I don't really care about them that much. So all you're going to be going for is verse, mastery, and then go for crit as your third, spot. I also use the badge trinket. Now, you can use a BM if you're facing like a double DPS if you don't think your badge is like, or if you're dying without clicking buttons, or if you're dying and you don't have enough defensives, which, I mean, you're a sub-rogue. Sub-rogues get a lot of defensives, especially with this build, because your Vanish resets your abilities by 20 seconds. So you're basically getting evasion back every, like, minute. So, if you want to run BM, go for it. But, I would rather run the badge. You get a lot more damage. And pretty much just going for verse mastery for your main stats, and then your third set, go for crit. Now, I'm running the. Now, I don't have many pieces of these. I legit have one epic piece other than my conquest gear. But, like, I would go for these pieces. They're really insanely, like, good. I know a lot of people that already have, like, half the entire. It's crazy how people, sweat to get, like, max gear. For me, it's like, I don't really care anymore about it. I'm not really in the mood to farm all that. I just want to play the game, which has been a very sarcastically fun lately. So pretty much you're going for verse mastery and then crit for your third step. Now, if you're okay, so if you have gold in this situation, so let's say you are not like me. Like right now, I sold a good old fashioned carry gold. I have 300k almost. I'm still not gonna spend 100k a pop on an enchant. So I honestly would not spend it if unless you're giving gold and they're just giving you it for charity. I would not do that. But if you were going to get it, I would go with the earthen. Just go with double earthen wall. So double or writ, double earthen writ, WRIT on both your weapons. And then for your other enchants, you're pretty much just going with the good old fash. For your chest, you're going with waking stats. Your cloak, you're going to be going 100% speed. For your for your feet, you're going with Plains Runner, Breeze. For your rings, you're going to be going with Enchanted on. You can either now I have mine as Verse, but you can put a Mastery if you want to go for a full Mastery build. So either 82 Verse or 82 Mastery, whatever Mastery you want to get. And then for your neck, you can also get gems. Now these cost a decent amount per slot, so it's like 10k per slot. But in this situation, you can also go for Mastery Verse instead of Verse. I've been stacking with Verse just because Mastery just doesn't do as much as it used to. Now, when you stacked Mastery in Shadowlands, you just one-shotted. But now it's like, I mean, I don't think having, even if these were Mastery, it wouldn't change by that much. I actually might switch them out possibly after this video. So honestly, if you're going for as much damage as you can for sub, I'd just go with the Mastery for gems. So instead of going with Verse, you're just going with the 70% mastery, and then 33% verse. And that's basically your enchants, pretty much the basics, not much going on there. Alright, so pretty much now we're going on to the build here. And all you're going to be doing, now if you're just going out of a cheap shot, so let's say you're going instantly, usually a lot of sub-rogues will, especially when they're playing Rogue Mage. Now if you're playing Rogue Mage, you want to let your mage pop all of his damage first, and then your second go, you want to use your dam. But if you're going for an entire one-shot go, I'm going to show you what you're going to be doing and how it's going to be looking. So basically, you're going to be in stealth. You're going to open with a cheap shot. You're going to instantly use your burst macro that basically clicks symbols, blades, your trinket, all that good stuff. When you use your shadow dance, it's going to give you, or when you use your blades, it's also going to give you combo points. So it's going to instantly get you right up to almost max combo points. And then you're going to Cold Blood Secret Technique, and then you can either restun, Shadow Strike, Eviscerate, or Shadow Strike, Cheap Shot, Eviscerate, and that's pretty much it. It's a simple build. It's basically like the Cold Blood Echo build, except you're just doing, one more step to it. So basically all you're going to be doing is you're going to Cheap Shot, Burst, Cold Blood, Tech, Shadow Strike, Restun, Eviscerate, Restun, Eviscerate, Shadow Strike, Eviscerate, and by then they're either dead or they've clicking every cooldown they have. But basically you want to focus on them restuns. So since you're cheap shotting, you're not gonna be doing as much damage as if you were to Kinney, and the reason is because if you Kinney and then you do build, now you are wasting a time to do a Shadow Strike, but that one Shadow Strike only takes a second off the Kinney, so you're still getting, 5 seconds of worth of a stun rather than, 3 seconds of a cheap shot. So just make sure you're getting those restuns. Now, I would I would Shadowy Duel as soon as you click your burst damage here. So cheap shot, burst, macro, shadowy duel, full blood technique, and then, shadow strike, cheap shot, eviscerate. And then on top of that, you're going to want evasion so they can't, disarm you or heal off you, all that good stuff. Now, if you're wanting to go full, throttle, which a lot of rogues actually do, including myself if I'm facing double DPS, when you vanish with this build, it takes 20 seconds off of every cooldown. So basically, you're going to be using your double vanish to instantly get back your cool blood and your secret technique, and you're going to be doing the same thing again, except you won't have badge, but at that point, they're going to be low enough to where when you click that, they're just going to be flopping. Now, you got to remember, after you click this double vanish, you're pretty much dead. So if you use it defensively, it's really good, but if you use it offensively and you do not kill them, you're going to flop faster than a Windwalker versus a Hunter. So same thing, we're going to do the same thing. I'm waiting for the blades to pop up. As you can see, if I vanish, it's going to reset that cooldown. And now we're going to just basically show the build again. So this is with the restun. Now, like I said, this is not opening with a cheap shot. It's good depending on who you're facing and what, rating you're facing. Now, usually popping every cooldown on a cheap shot go, it's not going to get much. Because theoretically, if you don't have a teammate pumping, if it's a 1v1 situation, they're not going to click anything on a cheap shot. Now, you can happen to get super hit, like hard crits with your secret technique where it'll hit like my max was like 45k. Sometimes you'll get those 60ks or like 50k eviscerates like you saw there. Or, blade procs, all that good stuff. But basically, all we're going to be doing is we're going to cheap shot, burst, eye shadow strike, full blood secret technique, cheap shot again, shadow strike, cheap shot, eviscerate. That's basically your build there. Now, the reason you can shadow strike is to get that extra 1 combo point. Now, if you're having trouble shadow striking and then getting your build off before you get the restun, just don't even do it. Just go for the cool blood secret technique. Now, if you can get the extra combo point, it's great because you're getting an extra combo point on your secret technique. But if you can't, just instantly go for the cool blood secret technique, cheap shot, shadow strike, and then just make sure you keep them stuns non-spaced, and keep the damage rolling. And that's pretty much the opener of the build. It's pretty simple. It's basically just doing a normal sub-rogue rotation, except you're using, cool blood and, secret technique, and you don't have the Kyrian's, echo anymore. So now, let's say you are playing with a priest or something, and that was like you do a mini opener. Now, mini opener is basically you using cheap shot. Maybe you're using symbols, your badge, cool blood, and secret technique for a mini go, and you're not using, your blades. So basically, you're getting every cooldown in the opener, and then you're using that second go with blades to get the rest of the cooldowns. So usually what I would do is, now you want to get your combo points ready. So as you can see, I have full combo points. Now basically, I'm going to be vanishing for the blades to reset. The Kindigo is basically going to go like this. There's going to be a lot of cuts in this video because I actually took like a big break from Rogue. I'm not going to lie. Like obviously I've just been playing with my new mage, not my quote unquote my friend. So not like, obviously my main mage is Brian. I'm talking about just like a friend that one of basically the good old fashioned genius beast. I play with him on every alt he has. It's a good old fashioned big damn. So basically all you're gonna be doing is, now this is the Kindigo. So you're gonna get your common points for a Kindi here. And you're basically all you're gonna be doing is Kindying. Kindi, use your burst, cool blood, cold blood secret technique, and then you're just gonna shadow strike, eviscerate, re-cheap shot, shadow strike, re-cheap shot, eviscerate. And like I said, as soon as you get the Kindi and as soon as you use that burst right there, you're gonna want a shadowy duel right on your burst. So as soon as you click your burst here, shadowy duel, cool blood secret technique. Now you could also do this. You could use your burst and then cool blood secret technique and then use your shadowy duel and then evasion. It's your call. So you're gonna get your combo points. You're going to Kidney, use your burst, full blood, secret technique, shadow strike, eviscerate, restun, shadow strike, restun, eviscerate. And that is your build for the kidney setup. So let's say you didn't cheap shot. That's basically your build right there. So as you can see, the secret technique for me is hitting for around max 45Ks. Now, I'm not stacking big mastery here, so I'm actually going to switch all these enchants and see what's goody. But that's pretty much all there is to the rotation. Now, like I said, if you want to use your Vanish offensively while you're in the Shadowy Duel, you can Vanish, Full Blood, Secret Technique again. Now, I would only do this if you know you can kill, like if you're 90% of the, like if you know they're just toast driving, like you're facing the LA Shaman, he's at 30%. He has wall up, but he's at 30%. Just go for it. So you're basically just going to be using them vanishes offensively, and there's really not much to it. All you're going to be doing is vanishing to reset your buttons. It'll reset it, and then you want to get your max comm points again. And then instead of a kinning, since you won't have blades for that secondary go, now if it's DR'd still and you already pre-vanished on that stuff, just instantly go for it. Just go instantly, even if you can't even stun. Just bam, cold blood, secret technique, and just keep pumping it. Keep your go going, and just keep pumping it. Stay on him. He's gonna try to run. You just step to him and keep on him. Don't let him run. And that is all there is. Now the best racial right now is probably Night Elf. Now I'm not gonna lie. Once I get my tier 3 set, I'm probably gonna go back Orc. I think it just the Mogs on Orc just looks so god tier compared to Night Elf. Like Night Elf's looking pretty non-juicy. But yeah, this is basically just a short explanation of what's going on and what you need to be doing. Now, if you guys have any comments or anything, now I might have missed stuff because obviously there's a lot of guides that I have that are just, sometimes I'll miss something. So if I did miss something, just comment it. I'll get it to you and I'll let you know what's goody. Because I most likely forgot something that my mind's currently occupied on the rogue being bad. And I'm talking sub rogue, not outlaw, not assassination. Which honestly, we might have to go assassination. It's looking pretty. I mean, outlaw's looking pretty juicy too. Both of the specs are looking pretty nice. But pretty much that's all there is to this video. So basically, same thing again. If you're opening with cheap shot, burst, full blood, secret technique, shadow strike, restun, eviscerate, restun, shadow strike, easy. And you also, now obviously I can't shadowy duel on a target or else I would be clicking it. As soon as you use your burst, shadowy duel, and if you're having a hard time doing that, after your cool blood secret technique, you shadowy duel. Just make sure you're shadowy dueling either after you get these off or before, like right as you click this. Whether you macro it to it or you just click it at the same time. But you're gonna be cheap shotting, burst, cool blood secret technique, shadow strike, restun, eviscerate, restun, shadow strike, restun, or eviscerate, shadow strike, eviscerate, and that's it. That's all your build is. And like I said, after that, you're basically a stun bot and you're doing nothing. Now, when you, like I said, you'll have 2 vanishes at this point because obviously you're not going to be using your vanishes for extra dam or nothing. They're just resetting cooldowns. So you're going to just vanish. So as soon as you get done, big pumping, you're just going to double vanish. So boom, resets 1, vanish again. boom, resets 40 seconds worth of cooldowns. And by then, by the time they get out of your shadowy duel and you get through all the defensives, about 10 seconds, 15 seconds later, you're gonna have these cooldowns right back up for the next go, or just keep bumping. But let me know if I missed anything and all that good stuff. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace, peace.